transition pictures for Leonard Cohen, the Canadian singer who died in 2016 at the age of 82 of a fall, but he fell because he had leukemia, apparently. Now, Leonard Cohen was a joke when I was young. His gravelly, kind of grindy, monotonous singing was something people used to make fun of. But, of course, in 1984, he released the song Hallelujah, which was covered by a couple of other singers, and then it appeared in the film Shrek. And since then, it's been covered by about 300 different artists, which is odd because he wrote it, I think, as a cynical take on religion and devotion. Yet it's seen as a spiritual song. He was a very religious man himself. He was a practicing Jew, but as well as Judaism, he also practiced Zen Buddhism, he was into Christianity, and indeed any source of spiritual enlightenment, which makes his transition pictures very interesting because they were the shortest I think I've ever done. When I went into his energy, he was floating down in the most composed way possible into that symbolic cave I always see. It's for me to interpret how they're feeling. But he came floating down and he was glowing, a bit like an angel in a nativity play. It's as if he was being lowered down gently, completely together, centered. It was just like, fine, I'm here. He stood and began to dissipate. And his consciousness simply became one with the whole of this environment. So there was no moving into the light. There was no struggling to overcome ego issues. He must have understood the spiritual nature of life so deeply that when he got to the point of death, there was not only no resistance, but he was at one with the process. I surrender to everything that you want me to become. That sense of nothingness within him was able to merge with the everythingness of universal love, I suppose. So there was nothing for me to learn here, I didn't feel, unless it was that the more whole we are when we die, the easier it is for us to merge with the wholeness that is God, the divine, whatever. And that's Leonard Cohen.